official coming from the QB.
Shut up the Handz of God. Lil Pop, I see you.
It's very evident that one of the most destructive weapons our enemies using against us in war is the landmine. A landmine is a device that is designed to maim or to destroy.
Yo, my living is dark and aggravated. I'm trying to decipher my heart by getting faded. I'm blood, I'm thug, it don't matter. Diluting memories with injuries to my blood. Wiping my mouth for spit, look in my eyes for the life that I'm trying to forget. Committing lies, playing with women emotions, hustling women out of their tokens, knowing the game's broken. How could I live with myself? I'm chasing this wealth, meanwhile becoming somebody else. Hey yo, this mirror is wrong. The image that I see resembles me, but it's not my identity. But then who could it be? I'm sipping my drink, trying to think, spilling liquor on the sink. But everything is a blur. Trying to infer what would occur to make me wanna transfer.
It is a hidden danger. It isn't something out in the open. Usually by the time you have discovered it, it's too late. And when I think about that, I think about how true that is in the spiritual life. Because just as there are landmines physically that are laid on pathways and roadsides, out in the fields in physical warfare, Satan's laid his landmines in the pathway of every single believer. There's no such thing as a straight, clear path with no landmines. Every one of us have to face them every single day. And when you and I step on one of those, it's going to affect our relationship with the Father. It's going to affect our relationship, our personal testimony to others. It's also going to affect how we operate in our life, what God can and what He will do in our life, and ultimately, it can end in self-destruction. Therefore, O King, may my advice be pleasing to you. Break away now from your sins by doing righteousness, in case there may be a prolonging of your prosperity.
It was the money and greed, trying to feed this tendency for wanting more than I need. That's just my justification, neglecting what's inside, using pride as my representation. So what I see now is really my anger, but my personality lingers on the face of the stranger. I get close and try to touch on my skin, but all I feel now is the glass that the bastard is in. I walk away realizing I'm him. Look at these few drops in this cup and I'm swallowing them. Take the last shot or two, understanding the person that I recently became while preparing the roasting. But what's left for a soldier to do when you watch out for bad guys, but bad guys is you? I'm confused, feeling empty and hollow, cause only grief follows with the sorrow while I'm emptying bottles of spam.
First of all, we don't like the idea that someone would think that we are prideful, and we are very quick to deny its presence in our life, and we're usually the last ones to see it. And so when we say a landmine is a device that is designed to maim us, to hurt us, to injure us, or to destroy us, I think before this message is over, you're going to be able to see why it is so very important we deal with this issue of the landmine of pride. So we might ought to begin, first of all, by just deciding and just defining what pride's all about. Pride is simply an overemphasis, an over-attention upon ourselves. It's a distortion, a very distorted view of who we are. It's the way we see ourselves in a way that is not pleasing to God, because the emphasis is on ourselves. What I think, what I feel, what I have, what I want, what I desire, what my goals in life are. And when we think about that, I want us to look first of all at the very idea of what is God's attitude about this issue of pride. Now remember this, the Bible is very clear about God's attitude. And when you see what God's attitude is, and we see how this branches out in many aspects of our life, this is why God's people cannot tolerate it in our life. So I want you to go back first of all to Proverbs chapter 6, and here's what we're going to see. we're going to see that God's attitude toward pride is this, and that is God hates pride. He hates it. Anything God hates does not belong in our life. Anything God hates, listen, is a danger to us. Here's what he says in the 16th verse of this 6th chapter of Proverbs. There are 6 things which the Lord hates. Haughty eyes, that means a prideful look. Everyone who is proud in heart is an abomination. That is, they're repulsive and obnoxious to God, offensive to Him. It's one of the characteristics of Satan himself.